Fitness My Way.
One of the repeated questions that I always seem to get is people are asking how many sets and reps should I be doing? Now my answer is always the same. It definitely depends on what your goals are. Did you know that you'll get very, very different results with different sets and reps? My name's Michelle Penio. I'm a certified personal and group fitness trainer, as well as a sport nutrition specialist. I'm also the owner of the Fitness My Way application and creator of the Fat Shred Revolution Intense Training Program. Today I'm going to cover sets and repetitions for specific goals, how much weight you should actually be lifting, and how to figure out what your maximum lifting capability is. Okay, so if you're training for fat loss, which most of us are, you need to be lifting 50 to 68% of your maximum lifting ability. So you'll need to focus on lifting somewhere between 12 and 20 repetitions with about 2 to 3 sets of each exercise and about 30 seconds of rest in between each set. The reason for this is because you really need to continuously work those muscles and create muscle endurance. This will keep your heart rate up all the way through your entire set. Now, even though the weight is a lot lighter because you're doing so many repetitions, it still needs to be really hard. So once you get at the end, like let's say you're doing 20 reps, for instance, and you're at 16 or 17, and it's actually still pretty easy, and you're like, oh, you know, this is easy, then it's not hard enough, and you actually need to heavy up that weight. And that goes for all weightlifting. Don't worry about going heavy, like especially if you're doing really high rep range like that, you are not going to build up a whole bunch of muscle, I promise. And now next, if you want to actually build muscle, you want to be lifting 68 to 78% of your maximum lift, which means you want to focus on 8 to 12 repetitions and anywhere between 3 and 6 sets with about a 30-second to 90-second rest in between each set. Now the reason for this is because you really need to place a lot of stress on that actual muscle fiber, so it'll make little microscopic tears in it. You make the little tears and then your muscle will actually build itself a little bit bigger, and that's how you build bulk. Now keep in mind that you do need to lift heavier because you're doing less repetitions. So in your case, let's say you're doing like a 12 repetition day and you're on number 9 or 10, that thing better be hard. Now, if you're training for strength, you want to be lifting anywhere between 83 and 91% of your maximum lifting capacity. So you're going to focus on 3 to 6 repetitions with 4 to 6 sets, and your rest is going to be somewhere between 2 to 5 minutes in between each set. Now, strength doesn't necessarily mean building bulk. You probably will get a little bit bigger, but in reality, the actual muscle fiber will get really dense. So that's how you actually create strength and those abs of steel. Now, if you want to lift for power, which is very advanced, I mind you, and I can't stress that enough, and maybe if you're a power lifter or something like that, I mean, I'm talking years of actual working out. If you're training for power, you will actually be lifting 1 to 2 repetitions. So that's going to be like 93 to about 100% of your maximum ability. Now the sets and the rest time pretty much is exactly the same as strength. I know you're probably a little bit confused with all the percentages, and you probably really have no idea what your maximum capability really is in the first place. So I'm going to give you a 1 rep max chart that you can go from. Now you can pause the video or take a screenshot of this, but basically how it works is first you need to figure out what your 1 rep max is. I definitely don't suggest trying this, so try this instead. Whatever exercise you're doing, just choose a weight and do as many repetitions with good form, of course, as you possibly can. Then you find it on this chart. For example, if I did 10 shoulder presses with 40 pounds, then on a different day, if I wanted to do the same shoulder presses, but only with 8 repetitions instead of 10, then I should be able to lift 43 pounds 8 times. The weight gets heavier because I'm doing less repetitions. Now, the reason why this even matters is because, like I said before, you always want to do a maximum load for that set, no matter how many repetitions you're doing. And you don't want to do the same sets and reps every single day because you will plateau. But that's for a different conversation. Look for my video titled Plateau. You also may be interested in workout routines. Now I hope that explains the sets and reps situation. Now maybe you can reach your goals a little bit faster. And I hope you share this video with others. Maybe they can use this lifting chart. Or maybe just understand a little bit more about their sets and reps. Until next time, keep lifting.